Malaysia, a motorcyclist paradise with winding roads, a huge sense of freedom, and new sights everywhere you look. A country with one foot in the future and the other rooted firmly in history and tradition. It's a jewel in Southeast Asia. This week, I explore the royal city of Pekan, build a fishing boat in Terengganu, and try out the wildest fish spot on the planet. You want me to jump into that? I'm Jamie Dempsey, and I spent a lot of my life working behind the bar in one of the world's hippest cities, Los Angeles. But when the night's over and the sun comes up, I seek adventure of a completely different kind. Leaving Johor behind me, I head into Pahang, the largest state in peninsular Malaysia. The sultans of Pahang have ruled the state almost continuously since 1470, and it's not long before that makes itself apparent. One of the things I love to do when riding through these little towns is checking out the architecture. And I've just come across this really cool white colonial style building, and it turns out this place is a museum. So I've just stopped in to see if someone could tell me a little bit more about this place. And it's Asia, so I can't forget to take off my shoes. It's a custom. The Sultan Abu Bakar Museum used to be a royal palace dating back to 1866, which explains its grandeur, at least from the outside. Hello.
Hi.
I'm Jamie.
Oh, I'm Yati. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Museum Sultan Abu Bakar.
Thank you. It's a beautiful building. Can you tell me more about it?
Wait, why don't I show you the rest of the gallery?
Yes, please do.
Right.
The museum was officially opened to the public by Sultan Ahmad Shah in 1976. Whoa! Now this is a living room. I could get used to this.
Okay. Jamie, this is the present Sultan. Okay, His Royal Highness Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah of Pahang. Okay, and that's his son. Okay, His Royal Highness the Tengku Mahkota of Pahang.
This entire place is dedicated to the Pahang Sultans, from personal belongings and family portraits down to the weaponry they used over 100 years back, battling the British, the Siamese, and a few others. And I see over here we have a big display. What are these? Spears?
These are the collection of spears. It was used for ceremony and also in war.
In war, so some of these have tasted blood. Wow. Amazing. Oh, wow. Look at this room. And if you've ever wondered what the local royals do when not on official visits or posing for photographs, they play polo, the sport of kings. So polo is a big sport that's still present today.
In Pahang.
It's much more civilized than our American football. Okay. And I see a British flag here. Why is there a British flag?
Okay, because Pahang and also the Malay, we was influenced by the British.
Okay, so that's a colonial style building, British sport.
Yes.
I get it. Cool. I say goodbye to the very royal and history-rich town of Pekan and head north through the city of Kuantan in search of something slightly more rustic. After the most relaxing ride and almost perfect weather, I finally found what I was looking for. So I finally ridden my bike all the way to the beach. It's like 10 kilometers long, beautiful sand, the water's aqua blue. It's beautiful, and it's supposed to be great for kite surfing and windsurfing. I don't see any kite surfing, but I do see some windsurfers out there, and I think I can do that. But first, I'm gonna get my feet wet. This stunning stretch of sand called Belok Beach has made its name over the years as a top windsurfing and kite surfing destination. At one point, it was even considered one of the top 10 windsurfing beaches in Asia. Hi, that's quite a nice windsurfer you have there.
Hi, it's a race board, but it's not really not enough wind for today. The wind is a bit light.
Oh, that's a bummer. I really wanted to try it. You have anything else I could do, maybe?
Yeah, I've got a stand-up paddleboard over there, which would be ideal for today, for light wind and small waves. You can have a go on that if you like.
I think I can handle that. That'd be great. Thanks.
Okay, let's go.
Although there's been a real surge in paddleboarding these last few years, it's actually been around since 1926 and originated in Hawaii. It's a bit like surfing, but your board has a rudder and you have an oar. Wish me luck, guys! It may look easy, but trust me, it's not. The waves are constantly throwing you off balance, meaning you have to be super agile to stay afloat. I just didn't have the strength to paddle and maneuver at the same time. Enough already. Woo! Look out! Ah! That's a lot harder than it looks. My friends back in the US are going to be laughing at me. With my body battered from the sea but dried by the sun, I head up the coast to my next destination, a hidden gem called Ruby's Resort. Forget your fancy hotels with crowded swimming pools. What I've been looking for is a cozy little spot by the beach, and I found it here at Ruby's Resort. Not only is this beach beautiful, but it's also a turtle sanctuary. And I haven't seen any turtles yet, but what I do see are a lot of cats and dogs. Hi, are you Ruby?
Hi, yes.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Who are all your friends?
These are all my dogs.
So all the dogs and cats I see around here, all yours?
Yeah.
Wow, how many do you have?
2 of mine is Princess and Stout, and the rest are all strays. And 25 stray cats.
Oh, they're so lucky to have you here. Hi, guys. How are ya? It all started with Ruby taking in the odd stray cat or dog. But as the years rolled by, those occasional strays became 40. Now that's a lot of extra kitty litter and dog walking. I was curious as to why she would take up such a huge task.
It's not easy, you know. We have like left, right, center. They're all jungles. I don't have neighbors. But the nature and the sound of the beach and the wave actually brought me a lot of inspiration. So I told myself one day, why don't I open a pet-friendly resort?
It's such a great idea being able to take your pet with you on holiday. No wonder Ruby has such a strong fan base.
It's fun. It actually brings so much joy to me when I see dogs coming over with their owner and running around. It's like, hey, I'm free, you know. I'm free from the apartment. I'm free from the home.
You're really making me miss my dog back home.
Do you have a dog?
I do. He's an American Bulldog.
Oh, that is cool
Yeah,
dog.
big guy,
Really
90
cool
pounds.
dog.
He would
Yes.
love it here. This beach is beautiful.
I am sure he would. I'm sure he would.
Do these guys get to go swimming?
All the time. These are all beach bum dogs.
They take after me then. Because of Ruby's personal pet touch, I found that the clientele at her resort to be really passionate and appreciative of her efforts. They all leave unique messages and have done so since the place was opened. Reading through them, you can feel the love and respect for the place and its owner. As everyone settled down for the night, I made a bonfire on the beach. It would be great to see turtles actually lay their eggs on this beach, but it's not the right season, so it's just me, the flames, and the stars. I've only been in Malaysia a short time, and already I've fallen in love. Back home, I could never have a bonfire on the beach like this, especially with no one else around. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, but that's the whole awesome thing about this adventure. Every day is a new day with new things to discover. Coming up, I check out this amazing crystal mosque, build a traditional boat, and find out how to easily get a coconut from a tree. Cheers, guys. None for you. It's an early start, and I'm heading north to Terengganu, which means following the coast most of the way. Riding through the chilled atmosphere of coconut groves and fishing villages, I feel so far removed from the hustle and bustle of LA. This is what biking is all about. This 244-kilometer stretch of coast spans the entire state of Terengganu. The scenery is dotted with mosques along the way, and one mosque in particular catches my eye. As I was riding across the bridge, I saw this gold building shimmering in the distance. I love sparkly things, so I had to come and take a closer look. Turns out it's this amazing crystal mosque, and they're actually giving me a chance to go inside and take a look around. To tell the truth, my knowledge of Islam is embarrassingly poor, but I was welcomed with open arms and traditional headwear. I feel like a princess. It's important to dress properly when entering any house of worship, and I am no exception. We're all set. The inside of this mosque is just stunning, just so beautiful and peaceful. But I'd like to find someone that can tell me a little bit more about it. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Jaime.
Yeah, Jaime, welcome to Taman Tamanul Islam
Thank
and
you.
Crystal Mosque.
Constructed between 2006 and 2008, it's a modern mosque designed to accommodate up to 1,500 worshippers at a time. It's intricately decorated with motifs and designs unique to Terengganu, and it's considered to be one of the most beautiful mosques in the world. It is a truly grand structure made of steel, glass, and actual crystal. It's so bright and open that even the birds are welcome. It is called the Crystal Mosque because the designers wanted to emphasize how valuable mosques are in Islamic society, and they use the precious crystal as a kind of metaphor. And what kind of things happen inside? Is it just prayer, or do you have other programs that go on here?
Besides the prayers that we have, 5 times a day, we also conduct courses, lectures, and we also have, in fact, like 3 days, 2 nights. You know, you spend 3 days, 2 nights here, and at the same time, you can come and learn things about Islam, not only for Muslim, but for non-Muslim as well.
My first trip to a mosque made quite an impression on me. The sense of peace, as in all places of worship, washed over me, and I felt a real moment of serenity and spiritual well-being. Perfect to continue my journey. Next, my sights were set on the famous boat builders of Terengganu. It was just a short ride over the river, which in the end took about 15 minutes. Just for the record, that's unheard of back in LA. Boat building is one of the oldest traditions in Terengganu. What makes it so special is they don't use nails, just bending the wood and fitting it together by hand. It's really a dying art form. I'm on my way now to see one of the last remaining traditional boat builders in the area. Hopefully I get a chance to try building a boat myself and see how I do. Everywhere around East Malaysia, you can see colorful wooden fishing boats bobbing up and down off the coast. But not for much longer, I've been told. It's a dying trade where too few people want to pick up where their fathers left off or their grandfathers before them. From a young Malaysian's point of view, I kind of get it. After all, it takes one man, 1 year to build one boat. But thankfully, there's still a few diehards out there. I've arrived at Yusuf's boatyard, and Yusuf is one of the last remaining traditional boat builders in the area, and he also happens to be the youngest. He's building this boat all by himself, just with his hands, no nails, just using wooden dowels and fire to bend the wood. It looks pretty hard, but I want to try and learn it, so let's go see if I can give him a hand. Hello, Yusuf.
Hi.
You need some help with this boat, don't you? I can help. With this, right? What about this one?
Oh.
No? I can saw wood.
No.
Yusuf didn't seem too thrilled by my skills and put me on the basics, measuring. There's a saying, measure twice, cut once, and not the other way around. If you are even 1 millimeter off, it simply won't fit. And in a boat with no nails, that means everything must be perfect, or else you start again. Because if you don't, your boat is as good as sunk.
Okay, good.
Good? Yay! I'm building a boat. I'm working my way up the boat builder's chain here, and Yusuf's giving me the task of rubbing out with this chisel all this bark that goes in between the planks. That makes it waterproof. There's a lot of planks on this boat, so this is going to take me a while. To stop any leaking, wood bark is placed and glued between the planks to make it 100% watertight. The only problem is shaving off the excess, and there is a lot of it. Some of these tools are bigger than me. Boat building is not easy, and I was just following Yusuf's instructions. But what was he following? And that's when I found out nothing. There are no plans. Everything is kept in his head, passed down verbally from generation to generation. What the heck did I get myself into? This is actually really hard work. Looks like I'm in trouble. I gotta get back to working. Yusuf worked tirelessly all day, and by my calculation, he had at least another 200 days to go, even after my expert contribution. It must be so hard for these guys day after day alone with your boat. Master craftsmen like this deserve the utmost respect. I may never be a master boat builder, but at least I've been a part of this great tradition, and I finally proved myself worthy of the big hammer. Coming up, I spend some time in a kampong and head to Lake Kinnear for the craziest massage on the planet. As I continue north along the coastal highway through the state of Terengganu, I notice the omnipresent palm tree landscape starting to make way for fishing villages and coconut trees. Coconut trees have an amazing ability to grow in almost any kind of soil, even sand, which is why it's one of the few trees we find rooted by the beach. It's also considered a 3-generation tree because they can bear fruit for up to 60 years. But actually getting to that fruit.
Now in Terengganu, mostly they use this monkey.
Monkey?
Monkey that have been trained. They climb it because now no more people want to climb the tree already.
Ah, well, if you don't want to do it yourself, you get someone else to do it.
So the village, mostly in Terengganu, they train the monkey. So the monkey will climb and pluck, and then put in the small motorbike, and then they sell to the market.
The short-tailed macaque is ideal for this kind of work. They are trained not just to scamper up the tree and pluck the coconuts, but to communicate with their masters about which coconuts to pick and which ones to leave on the tree. Coconuts are an integral part of the daily diet of the villagers here, with coconut cream making its way into dozens of iconic Malaysian dishes. Every part of the coconut is used, the leaves, the husk, the flesh, but the best bit is still the fresh coconut milk. Fresh off the tree.
Fresh one.
Who needs a straw? Here we go.
Try.
That's delicious. I love it.
The flesh is, you can take it.
I'm gonna eat the flesh too. Oh, it's slimy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what a coconut should taste like. Cheers, guys. None for you. After a hard day in the tree, the worker gets to chow down as well, which keeps him happy and eager to continue his duties. The quintessential Malaysian kampong is a treasure trove of traditional craftsmanship. Each kampong prides itself on self-sufficiency, from bobbing boats to man-serving monkeys, and now nautical net makers. A visit to this kampong is a great way to see traditional everyday life of the Malaysian people. There's an art to everything they do. This man right here is making a casting net for fishing. It looks like really intricate, hard work. You gotta have a lot of patience. It's amazing.
Want to try?
I don't know if I can do it. These triangular nets are unique to this region and have been made with the utmost care and skill for generations. It's slow and time-consuming, but the end result seems to be worth the effort, even if it does take about a week to make one. Give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Make your own net and you can feed your family for years. Well, it looked pretty complicated at first, but it turns out I'm quite crafty. Look what I made. Whether by rod or by net, fishing is like a daily pastime activity for the people of Terengganu. And gathering to sell their wares is a common sight around here. One of the best things about living this kind of lifestyle is everything is super fresh. This is stingray, traditional dish, and it's fresh out of the ocean. And this is the way you cook it. Back at home, stingrays are placed in aquariums, not on barbecues. To me, it feels a bit like I'm about to eat a protected species. Still, I'm leaving this here for 30 minutes so I can explore the rest of the kampong and see what else people do around here.
This is a traditional game called trangka. From what I understand, it's a calculation game. You have 7 marbles in each part here, and we each collect them on the ends. I'm not quite sure how to play, but I'm gonna give it a go. You wanna help me learn? You go first.
The reason they were so quick is that these girls have been playing this game their whole lives. It's used to teach children about calculation and numbers. In fact, the name is believed to have originated from the Old Malay kangkat, meaning mental calculation.
I know. I'm taking this big pile right here. Am I doing well? Who's winning?
I had no idea at all what I was doing. But seeing as the girls were all smiles, I guess I was at least holding my own.
And you go fast, does that trick the other person? Does the other person can't see? Uh-oh!
It was only a matter of time before I was beaten convincingly. But it didn't matter because out of nowhere came a mouth-watering flame-grilled stingray.
Oh, the stingray! Okay. Woo, does anybody want some? You show me how to cut? How do you do it? Anywhere?
Anyway.
Okay. Oh, here we go. I've had coconut, I've had pisang goreng, and now stingray. It's a lot better than crocodile. I think pisang goreng is still my favorite. But I'm hungry, so I'm digging in.
I'm off to Lake Kinyer, about 60 kilometers away inland, to see a man about a boat. My seat is seriously hot, and it's a very uncomfortable start to the ride. But I've been told one of the best massages in Malaysia can be found at the far end of Lake Kinyer. Sounds like the perfect place to wind down.
Although riding my bike through the kampongs is really fun and exciting, it's also really stressful. So I've ridden out to Lake Kinyer in Terengganu for a little bit of R&R. Lake Kinyer is a beautiful man-made lake. It's just huge, with gorgeous green forests all around, just simply untouched, and no one else in sight.
Travelers come from all over the world to experience the tranquility of Lake Kinyer. This lake is a huge 260 square kilometers in size, and dotted throughout are over 340 tiny little islands. But before I do any exploring, I think I'm just gonna kick back and enjoy the peace and quiet.
The awesome thing about being on this boat is someone else can do the driving for a change. And even though I'm in the middle of a lake, I still have data service. So I'm gonna update Facebook with all my cool photos, keep in touch with my friends, and maybe even make them a little bit jealous.
To get to my massage, I was told we had to head about 15 minutes upriver to shallow water, a quick change of boat, and then a jungle walk. This had better be worth it.
All I have to do now is take these city feet through the jungle. Which way?
It was either biking boots or barefoot. I unwisely chose the latter in what turned out to be a very challenging traipse to the location.
Ow, 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 ow.
Finally, I met my masseuse, or rather all 1,000 of them. I think I've just found the most extreme fish spot on the planet.
My body does hurt from riding on that bike a lot, so time for a full body massage. I'm scared. Oh my God! You gotta try this at least once in your life. It feels crazy!
What an amazing way to end my journey. Next week on Ride and Seek, I enter the traditional state of Kelantan and learn the secrets of wow making, gassing, and batik.